welcome to Frightfest.
Thank you, I'm quite excited to be here.
So as well, and this film seems pretty exciting as well. You wouldn't mix horror and musical?
It's been a bit of a whirlwind. Like, this film was a labor of love for all of us. All of us saw the breakdown and we were like, zombie, musical, Christmas. Let's hope it's good. And now it's been to a lot of festivals and had a lot of love, and it's quite cool to be showing it here at Frightfest. It's my first Frightfest, and this is my hometown, so this feels good.
Brilliant. And what was it about the character that you liked and wanted to play?
She's just not your stereotypical teenage girl role, and I think that young people are so often misrepresented in films, and her arc is not traditional. She is her own badass. She saves herself. She runs off into the sunset, not with a boy, but on her own. Yeah, that was something that really excited me.
Seems like a message of empowerment, really.
Totally empowering, and an empowering thing to make as well, because we had a crew of basically 50-50 men and women. So I was inspired by a lot of the women that were around me.
I would think a film of this nature is quite physical, really, not just in action, but with the singing involved as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I'm really clumsy. And when I came onto this project, I was like, yeah, I've got the singing down, I've got a musical background, I love music. I didn't really think about how much fight would be in this film, and we have an amazing fight choreographer called Emma Claire Britlin, and I got onto set the first day and she was like, just show me how you throw a punch, and I threw one and laughed at myself, and I just kept laughing at myself, and I was really clumsy, and she sent me home to start throwing punches at myself in the mirror to get used to seeing myself as a badass killer. And throughout the shoots I got really into it. I got really into it.
Is there a particularly special moment that you'll take away with you from making the film?
I think the thing with this film is the thing with this film is that it brought together a group of really young filmmakers, and it was a super collaborative process, and I think I've inherited a whole new Scottish family. I really have, and they're all best friends now.
I would never have thought about putting a horror film that is a zombie film, Christmas and musical into the same script. That must have been crazy when you first read it.
Yeah, but actually, you know, that's what attracted me to it straight away, because it's not often someone says that to you when they ring you up. Is it my agent rang me up and told me about it? I was like, what? Are you sure? You know, and then I read the script and I thought, I've got to do it. That, and the fact that I knew John McPhail, the director. We'd worked together already, and so it wasn't a difficult choice.
And what was it about the character that, you know, kind of connected you to him, really?
Yeah. Well, the thing I love about Tony, I mean, I play Anna's dad, Tony, and for me it was nice to not play the comic turn for a change. And Tony's he's like the emotional heart of the film, really. You know, Anna's trying to get to the school where Tony is. Tony's trying to get out to find Anna, and you know, I won't give away what happens at the end, but it's just nice. It's just a lovely character to play.
Seems very much like a coming-of-age story. Is that how you would see it?
Yes, there's a bit of High School Musical in there somewhere. I mean, also what I love about the film is the story behind it. I mean, you know, the fact that Ryan had written a short film, and then he was writing the movie, and he died sadly, and everyone got together and said we're going to make it for him. You know, so there's a lovely atmosphere on set, and when it was finished, there was a lovely sense of, you know, we've done something really special.
Really good. That must make such a difference as well. I mean, independent filmmaking is all about camaraderie and getting stuck in and being behind a project, but this has got so much heart, really, and feeling behind it.
Absolutely, and I think the lovely thing about doing a movie when it's not big budget is, you know, no one's doing it for the money. You're doing it for the love, and I think that we all loved the script, and we all got on so well, and John's such a lovely guy as a director that it was just a pleasure to be involved in.
And you were here at Frightfest celebrating the home of horror.
Yeah.
What's it like being here this evening?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's madness, isn't it? But wonderful. You know, what a festival. What a festival. And you know, we've got 2 screenings of the film tonight, and it's so exciting to have that, you know. It's so exciting. I'm so thrilled for the film.
Yeah, exactly. And having it in front of an audience of horror lovers that will really appreciate a movie of this nature.
I hope so. I hope they don't sit with the little notebooks going, well, that's ripped off from this, and that's from Dawn of the Dead, and you know.
Well, I'm sure there's a little bit of plagiarism in every film here. You know?
Never.
A zombie apocalyptic film set at Christmas, and it's a musical. I imagine that was a script you couldn't turn down.
Oh my god, no. I think that's the kind of script you're like where did this come from? But yeah, no, so excited to read that script, yeah.
So tell us more about the character that you're playing.
Okay, I play Lisa, who is like one of Anna's best friends. She's very like ditzy and fun and sweet, and she was a really fun character to play.
And what was about the story that particularly resonated with you, and why you wanted to be a part of it?
I think like apart from the fact it was so much fun and it was so well written and it was so exciting to read it, I also think like the heart of the film is like about like being young and being confused, and it's about friends, and I think like that resonates with a lot of people, genre and non-genre fans. So yeah.
I think as well it seems very much a coming-of-age story, so I imagine a young audience, this is something that would very much attract them as well.
Yeah, hopefully. I think teenagers are really gonna like hopefully relate to a lot of the stuff that the characters are going through, and I think as well like because it's so fun and it's different, so it's not just like about high school sucks, it's not just about like romance, it's about like it's like teenage feelings in a heightened circumstance, and they'd be like, yeah, that's what I would do in a zombie apocalypse, maybe.
What was your favourite part? Did you like the kind of the action sequences, or did you prefer the singing?
I wish I got to do more fighting. I got like one fight training day with MC, the fight choreographer, and I loved the fight training. Lisa doesn't do that much fighting, like not without giving too much away. Singing was fun as well. Singing to me was scarier than the fighting, so that was an experience. Yeah.
And you're here at Frightfest. Are you excited about being here and premiering the film?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've never been to Frightfest before, but this is like so cool, and it's so nice to have a festival with like genre fans and especially horror fans like get so passionate about films. So it's so cool to be, and it's like you can feel the buzz. It's cool.
It's a very unique interpretation of a horror film, isn't it? Having a musical.
Oh, why not? Why not? Like the Rocky Horror Picture Show did it.
Yes,
Miki did it with Happiness of the Kakatauris. Why can't we?
Tell us more about it.
So it's a zombie musical set at Christmas, and it's a coming-of-age story about a young girl wanting to just leave this little town and go off and sort of see the world. She wakes up one morning and there's been a zombie apocalypse.
What was the inspiration?
This the brainchild of Ryan McHenry, and Ryan McHenry wrote and directed the short, and unfortunately passed away in 2015. And his inspiration behind it was he was watching High School the musical, and he went, "This would be amazing if zombies turned up," and it's Zac Efron. So.
And you've got a wonderful ensemble cast. What was it like working with them and getting them collaborating?
This cast are like the most amazing cast I've ever worked with. I love this cast. They came in with like all this energy, this love for each other. They've all grown and became best friends. And watching them, like no matter what the bad days, we were 2 hours behind, the rain's coming in sideways, they'd be trooping down to set, laughing and carrying on, and I used to just beam, because I could always trust them with everything.
And because we've got zombies, I would imagine there's a certain amount of action as well. So were you very conscious about the stunt coordination and making sure the safety of the cast were?
Oh yeah, I mean we were always working, and Emma Claire Brightling, my fight choreographer, was just amazing. She used to just come in and she would work away with Ella and the guys just to make sure that they were feeling good, confident, and it's always. Like it's a shot at the end of the day for us. It's a shot. It doesn't matter. As safety is always was paramount with it. But it was always supposed to be fun. Always just supposed to be fun.
And quite often with horror, there's always a kind of a subliminal social commentary. Was there anything like that for you that you wanted to incorporate into the film?
I mean, there's always that consumerism, that like sheep aspect of zombies, but the real like sort of like meaning the zombies in our film is like. When you hit that age of adolescence, that sort of like 16, 17, where you start to realise about death. Like, your grandparents start passing away, friends pass away, and that's what the zombies are represented in this film, is this death that comes in and just leads itself right into these kids' lives.